So there's a video going around right now of what appears to be Ukrainian Armed Forces ambushing and killing, intentional or otherwise, a vehicle full of civilians, including a child. Now, for the Russian trolls, stick around to the end because we're going to do an objective analysis of this video, but we're also going to draw back to another video of Ukrainian soldiers attacking a vehicle full of civilians, and we're going to, we're just going to do a little analysis on this video, and I'm going to give my feedback on it. So here we have the vehicle in question, what appears to be a captured Russian vehicle that is supposedly being driven by Ukrainian Armed Forces. It's a little bit odd that this drone is just perfectly positioned in the middle of the gray zone to know that this vehicle is coming along, because, they're just watching them and not engaging the Ukrainians. But you'll see that the vehicle stops here, everyone dismounts, and then they start to hold security in the middle of the open, which makes absolutely no sense. I don't know what the thought process is here, but this doesn't look like something that Ukrainian Armed Forces are trained to do or that they would do. You're holding security in the middle of nowhere. Again, a little bit odd that they know the perfect time and place to be and that they're just watching, and the tactics don't look like Ukrainian tactics. One thing worth noting is the vehicle is marked with the German cross, and we know for a fact that the Russians have made multiple fake propaganda videos where they've marked vehicles as such and pretended they are Ukrainian Armed Forces, but they've either admitted the videos were fake or gotten called out every single time. Again, just a screenshot of it, people holding security in the middle of an open field in the middle of nowhere doing who fucking knows what. It doesn't make sense. So now I've got the vehicle in question rolling up. It's clearly rolling past the Ukrainian soldiers who are hiding in the bushes for some unknown reason. And then you can see gunfire pop off from them as they pop out of the bushes here. Clear indication that they're at least firing. You can see not the flashes, but, the smoke coming from their muzzles. You can see a couple of impacts on the windshield as well, or the front of the car. They then swiftly move up, and they start to clear out the vehicle, remove anyone inside, and search the vehicle. Now here's a close-up of the vehicle. At first, I wasn't convinced that the vehicle had actually even been hit because I didn't see any impacts, but then upon closer inspection, there is an impact on the center of the windshield. Once they open the door, it also appears there is a shattered passenger side window. Now, I'm not going to show the whole video because obviously there's bodies being pulled out of the vehicle. I'm not going to show that. But, and when I say weird, what I mean is if you zoom in here, you don't see any markings on these supposed Ukrainian soldiers. You don't see any yellow tape, any green tape, any blue tape. You see nothing, which is very common for faked Russian videos. I would like to note that despite whoever this is, Russian or Ukrainian, it looks like they do appear to attempt to render aid to some of the people in the vehicle, realizing the mistake. You can see the visible frustration on some of the soldiers, kind of like an oh fuck moment. So I'm not necessarily sure the video is entirely fake. I think it actually happened, but blaming it on Ukrainians, again, not so sure. And again, part of the reason I say that is this video example here. I know it's a little bit grainy because it's a little bit zoomed in because download from TikTok, but this was yet another perfect example of Russia putting out a video saying it was Ukrainian Armed Forces harassing civilians, shooting their vehicle, and then later admitting that it was fully staged and that they could have done a better job because they noticed even some of their own errors in making the video. And even then, even after the people that made the video and Russian forces admitted that the video was fake, Russian trolls online and other people were still insisting that it was 100% real and that Russians were innocent and that it was the Ukrainians that were attacking civilians. So again, I'm a little bit hard-pressed to believe that this is a real video, at least blaming Ukrainians, because again, we've seen the Russians fake this before, and I think it would be very convenient for them to do this in unmarked uniforms and then blame the Ukrainians. This isn't the first time they've done this, and I don't believe that it's real. Now, thank you for those that stuck around to the end to at least look at the analysis of this video. Again, I think it actually happened. I don't think it was Ukrainian Armed Forces, though, but if it was, I fully condemn it. There's no excuse for shooting a civilian vehicle like this. You have to positively identify your target. You can't just engage without knowing who the fuck you're shooting at. That's not how combat works. That's not how the rules of war work. That's not how this goes. So again, if it was Ukrainians, fully condemn them. They should be put in prison or punished, at a minimum. Another thing worth pointing out is I like how when we find out the Russians kill civilians, the people on TikTok and YouTube in the comments, they always like to blame the civilians and say, well, they shouldn't have been in a war zone. It's very convenient when Russians kill civilians and they say they shouldn't be in the war zone, but the second there's any plausible plausible situation where Ukrainians might have been killing civilians. It's, oh my God, look how evil the Ukrainians are. Just food for thought. I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis.